So let's talk about the professor that didn't break me. There's always those moments in life where they just stick out, just plain. It's like a movie scene, right? Those moments in life that help define who you are today. And what's so important is what you do with those moments, right? And for me, this is what energized me to be who I am today, right? Not only my professor, right, is, but I'm a professor that really cares about what he does and about the lives of the students that he serves, right? And what's awesome is I'm in great company. There's a lot of us, right? But I want to talk about that one professor that didn't break me. And here's a story. And again, I want to tell this story because a lot of you guys out there can relate to me. Maybe it wasn't a professor, maybe it was a teacher, or maybe it was a family member. It was somebody, right? Something that happened or that was said that just really hit home. So the background to this is I'm getting my undergrad, getting my bachelor's, right, in math. I'm starting to slowly figure things out, right? Because again, this is me. I'm a youngster having a whole bunch of different jobs, trying to figure out what is young Dr. Math, pre-Dr. Math, gonna do with his life. And so many people were kind of pointing the way, you should teach math. You're great at what you do. And I've tutored thousands of people up to this moment as I'm getting my bachelor's in math. And so I'm having a hard time in some math classes, and all of a sudden one day, right, it just hits me like, you know what? This is my calling. This is what I'm meant to do. I'm meant to teach math. And many of you guys know how hard it is to find what it is to try to do in life. Because a lot of people, maybe you watching this, you're still exploring. What the heck am I going to do for the rest of my life? And that pursuit, that question, right, is on so many people's minds, even when they have a career, right? Because does that career match who they are? But that's a different video. But anyways, I've had this professor. He's a pretty good professor. I had him for two different classes. I did okay in one of the classes, and the other class I failed his class. It's like, what? This guy making watching YouTube videos failed his math classes? Yeah, it happens. And so I go and talk to him because I finally figure out what I want to do. And this person, right, is in charge of the master's program that lets people in to pursue, in this case, a master's in mathematics. So I'm excited and I'm pumped. I'm like, man, I finally figured it out. I want to teach math at the college level. And so I go and I talk to him. I'm excited. My girlfriend's with me. She's sitting outside the office, kind of listening in to see, what he has to tell me. And oh man, he laid it on thick. Oh yeah! he made and this is a professor. He's very a math professor, so he lays out item by item, right, of why I won't make it in that field, why it's not the field for me, why everything that I've shown him, right, is a clear, right, is clear evidence. It's like a math proof of why I'm not fit for the job. And man, I never been hit so hard. And I still remember the drive from where I went to school for my bachelor's home is about a little bit over an hour drive. And that was the longest drive ever. Sitting with my girlfriend next to me, who's now my wife. And I just remember like just feeling embarrassed, ashamed, disappointed, trying to figure out, man, what am I going to do now in life? Like for that moment, it sank in and there wasn't a worse feeling ever. And I remember telling my tears, right, because I wanted to tear up just thinking about it. And she was sitting next to me. I was like, I was telling my tears, don't you dare come out, right? And man, it hit me like a ton of bricks. And so I had to make the decision, right? Of what was I going to do with that. And as I replayed it over and over in my head, because I did replay and it's still, right? Sometimes I still get that motivation. That fire is lit from that conversation. And I was like, man, that guy was motivated when he was destroying my dream. He was on fire. Like I seen a side of him like that I haven't seen before. I was like, dang, I wish he would have been that helpful, right? When I was struggling in his classes. I wish he would have laid it out thick in terms of how to help me, do better in his classes. That passion that he showed. And what's crazy is, I thought about my why. Why do I want to go out and teach math? Because that's what I do, right? I'm a professor. I go speak at conferences, talk to other professors, other math teachers, right? I help people help their students. And I go and I motivate students, right? And it's easy for me to do that because I've struggled with math and I know the pain and just the discomfort. It's discomfort, right? Because not knowing something and then being able to admit that's not the easiest thing in the world, especially with our society. And so, man, I was like, I wish I could go back but I don't need to, right? It wasn't about me proving it to him. It was about how do I prove it to myself because I had to overcome my own doubts. And I think that's where a lot of us, a lot of you, right, are trying to overcome your own fears, your own, I'll call them lies, right? Because you put a cap at what you could do, and you'll be amazed at what you're capable of doing. But one thing that really helped me was my support crew, like my mentors, my boss, where at the college I worked with, right? She was my hero, my wife, right, who's my girlfriend, my mom. And what's awesome is when I go and do these conferences, my mom has flown with me all over the country, right? This guy that I got kicked out of school before, out of that same college, where I had to fight back because my grades were so low that I got kicked out because I was a guy who focused on work first, on earning money, and school took a back seat to earning money, my family, and I had to restructure things, right, to fight to get back in. And so when you have to fight and when you get kicked down over and over, right, you have a choice. Are you going to stay down? Or are you going to come up and you're going to make a difference? And I will not, right, stay down. And I'm glad because I've been able to help thousands of students. And we just started this YouTube channel, like actually making content. It's almost been a year now, right? And what's crazy is like I know we're gonna help thousands and thousands, if not millions, of students and people out there with math. And what's crazy is that this guy, this knucklehead over here, was telling me, you know, don't even think about it. And I'm really glad I didn't listen to him, right? And I'm really glad that I found what I was supposed to do in life. And so, again, I just want to share that story with you guys because some of you guys feel me, right? Some of you know exactly what Dr. Math went through because you're going through it or you've been through it and you're overcoming those hurdles. And so, again, I just wanted to make a little different, maybe not a quote unquote math video, but a video that people definitely need to hear because when people see me having success and stuff, they think it was a linear, right? A straight line. Oh man, I can't even describe those curves, those ups and downs and all arounds that went on in our path. So again, just try to enjoy the ride, but there's going to be some times where you're going to need some extra strength. So again, believe in yourself, know you could do it, and get the help you need. Because the biggest power you have is that power to ask a question, right? And so there's a lot of us out there, right? A lot of people like me that are on your side. You just got to make sure you go and find those people. And those people that aren't really willing to help you out, and they're just kind of negative people, man, brush them to the side. You got to get rid of those people and distance yourself, right? Because you really need a positive crew to be around when you're making moves, because this is your life. We get one chance, and let's make it count. All right, mathletes. So hopefully, some of these words here help out, and I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.